Hey guys. Okay, so I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So we are gonna just jump in the middle here of where I'm at, which is fine. I can, backtrack a little bit, but really there's not, a whole lot to try to backtrack. This is really simple, and the whole concept of this is, I get a lot of comments and questions, excuse me, about trying to get over that initial hump or hurdle of starting a journal and feeling kind of like overwhelmed or, stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. So I thought this, we could keep it really simple and it still be, really pretty. Like, it'll be just like a regular journal, except it's going to take away some of that stress and that anxiety of, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. So I thought about, we can just keep it simple. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep it really simple. And what I have done, I pulled out a bunch of scrap papers. I have different textured, like embossed papers. These are just scraps from other journals that I've worked on in the past. I got a couple of sheets of, these are just from like some paper packs, so it's like a thinner cardstock. And this one I printed out, but, and then I went and pulled out a couple like flower cards, different things. If you've made yourself one of the ephemera keeper things, it's really easy to do this type of thing because you can just pull it out and flip through. And you have a lot of options to pick through, like things are ready to go for you. So I love having this. I have a couple of them. I need to organize them, but it does make it a lot more simpler to have something that you can just kind of grab that and go. Okay, so what I'm starting with is just a piece of cardstock, and I did score it because I wanted it to have more of a rounded fold instead of just a straight flat. So I folded it in half and then took my bone folder, smashed it down, and then opened it up and then did a couple of score lines on either side so it would have more of a rounded spine to it. And we're going to keep it real simple. We're not going to measure anything. It's just a regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And this is thick enough. I think this is 110 pound. So it's thick enough to actually be a cover for your journal. And then what we're going to do is layer. Layering to me is like the key to making anything pretty. Even if you don't really know how to do decorating, or you're just beginning with decorating and adding elements and stuff like that to your journal, just layer and it's going to come out pretty. I've never gone wrong with it. To me, that would be like my one tip, is just try different things, layer different things, see how you like it, and go from there. And then add, little things as you go. Okay, so I have my cardstock piece here, and then I was trying to decide if I wanted to put a color, like, to kind of matte that. You're not going to see much of it, but I thought I might want to do that. I'm not sure yet, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. So I'm going to just lay one down, and then I got a old book page piece here, which I'll have to tear some of that down, but right now I'm playing. We're just seeing how this goes. I pulled out a bunch of different fabrics and laces and stuff, but this has always been my favorite. So this is what I'm going to use. And this is, what do you call it? Oh my goodness. I can't think of the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like the, oh, my mind has went blank. It's not as thick as like the wash rags we do, but it's like a gauze, and I tea dye it. So I was thinking of putting some layers of that down, because having like a dimensional layer in there seems to, like, help everything kind of pop together. So I pulled out of my ephemera thing, I pulled out a bunch of random things, and you just lay it down. And even just like that, you could do that. You could go fancier, you can sew, and you can do all kinds of stuff like that. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just keeping it simple. This is just a simple, quick way to create your journal, especially, you know, if you haven't made one or you're trying to do it and, you know, you want to make one, you just don't know where to start. That's kind of what this is about. Again, you can add different pieces. You, instead of the book page, you could put something, you know, one like a sheet of that back there. You could layer that on there if you wanted. I don't think you can go wrong with layers. You could trim down a piece of this and even stick it in here like that. And, you know, just to add a little pop of color. Also, I was thinking, I'm trying to pull out some of the stuff that I got from Temu because I have so much stuff. I want to try to start using some of that stuff up. And I forgot I had this pad of these flowers. There's so many beautiful papers in here. So I thought I would just grab one of these pages and try to do something with it. Let me see. I need more of a neutrally, like this one. And also, I get a lot of questions about the items that I bought from Temu. And I went through most of the comments and I got like the most requested. And I made a link. There's like a list, and I'm going to put it in the description box. So you click on more at the description box, and then it'll open up, and you're going to see a list there. And you can click on that link, and it'll take you directly to that item. So I listed the keys because these get asked about a lot. The shaker plastic cards to make easy shaker cards. I have that in there. I think I actually added this paper pack in there. There's like 8 to 10 items that I put in there for a direct link. So it'll be real easy for you to find some of the products that I showed. So that way you can, because it's really hard to find stuff on there because the way that they list it, you know, anything could pop up on you. So I tried to make it easy and give y'all a direct link. So that will be in the description box below this video. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe instead of, or we could do it this way. How about this? So we could have this piece down, and I could have this one down. We can have some of this gauze, and then we can layer our girl and a flower and a butterfly. I think I might do something like that, but I'm going to have to rip this up. And if you want to ink up your, ink your edges and all of that, normally I would do that. I would ink the edges. I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to take up too much time. I'm trying to do this video before we have an eye doctor appointment. My daughter is now old enough to get contacts, so we have been on a journey with that, with her getting used to it and everything. So we have an appointment coming up. So I'm going to have to rip some of this also. Let's see. I kind of want some of that plain on here because it's getting busy. So I'm going to rip from that side. Or I'll just rip all the way around. So just layering and layering. And I feel like you can't go wrong. And I like the torn edges. If you don't like the torn edges, you don't have to do this. You can leave yours plain, or you can cut it, you know, to what size that you want. I just prefer like the messier look. So, and it would look so much better if you ink it. I use the Distress Oxide walnut stain, and I also use the Vintage Photo. Those are my two favorites for doing things like this. And if I inked, actually, I'll just show you really quick just to give an example. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But it helps it, like, stand out. And it kind of separates it so it doesn't, like, blend too much into it. It's more personal preference, but I just like it that way. I know some people, like, despise inking, but everybody has their preference. So see how it kind of, like, stands out more? And I'm not going to ink this whole one, but I just want to show you the top of this one also. If you just give it a little bit of ink, you'll see the difference, what I'm talking about. See how it kind of stands out, and it gives it, like, more of an aged look. So then you glue that one down, and you can also separate them. You don't have to pile it all in the middle. You can kind of put it like that, however you want to do it. There's really no wrong way. And then we would lay your fabric down, or whatever, if you want to do lace, some of this gauze stuff, however you want to do it. And I like mine also to be a little bumpy and not straight. And I would also ink these up. Just my personal preference again. And I don't like my stuff straight either. I like it a little crooked. So, actually what I would do is, I'm going, because you can't really see that, but I want this to be at the bottom and top. So I'm going to make it look like it's a bigger sheet. And I'm going to do it like that. So that way you get some at the top and the bottom, and you can't really tell. We're going to put our fabric down. Our pretty lady. Little flower. And our butterfly. Of course, we got to have a butterfly on here. You see the difference kind of like from the top to the bottom where I did the inking. And then also I would normally ink the actual cardstock, like the base that I'm laying all of this on. And then I was going to use, I found this in my ephemera book, but I remembered I bought these pack of vintage keys from Temu. And you get a ton in here. This is way better deal than getting it on Amazon or anywhere else. I bought mini sets, but you get such a good variety. Big ones and little ones. You get all kinds of different colors, hearts. And what I'm going to do is use one of the keys to add a little something to that butterfly like that. I think that would be really cute. I kind of want to switch this card out though. That, I feel like it's blending in too much on that. Oh, I didn't even see that right on her face. Also, if you don't have things like this, you can use any scrap paper that you have. Even if you just print something out like this, and you can fussy cut. So you could fussy cut this butterfly if you don't have a butterfly. Or, you know, look through any of your paper pads and find images and just fussy cut them out. And then you could have all of those little elements to put on your pages and, you know, build them up. So this, I'm not going to glue it down just yet because it'll take me forever and I just want to keep moving. But, so once this is all glued down, then you will have, like, let's just pretend that's glued. I need something to hold this kind of together here. Oh, and also you could pop the, with some of this, like the foam tape, you could put a piece underneath this butterfly, like a strip right here, and put that down so that the butterfly will be like a dimensional, you know, it'll be like slightly raised on the image. I think that would be really pretty too. And then, so what you'll do is you'll get your scrap papers. I'm just still using this little set that I've been using this as my example. Just go in your scrap bin. They don't have to be the same size. They can be all different sizes. Actually, I prefer that. Let me grab this one. Most of my journals are not all the same size pages. You don't have to have them perfectly straight. All different sizes. There's made a little pocket by just folding that one up. See, there's like a half page, and there's new and old like in here. Half page again, magazine. This one's just a printable that I did. So you don't have to be picky and try to make everything, you know, be perfectly straight and in order. I think it gives it more character whenever you do it this way and it's not all straight. The only reason my little example one that I keep using, these are mostly all straight because I had pre-done, like, I pre-ripped them and it was for a specific size thing that I was doing, but then I changed my mind. So now I'm just using this as an example just whenever I go to make journals, just to kind of see the thickness and, you know, to measure out where I need to score and, you know, all that kind of thing. So this is just like my example signature. So then you can sew this into here and you could just do a quick 3-hole, or you don't even have to do that. You could leave them all like this and take you some string, ribbon, sorry. If you have, you can get some of this at the dollar store, at like Dollar Tree. And you could even use this and wrap it around it and tie it. You could do that. So once you get all of that in there, then you would either on the back, you can make another layout, like a layered layout. I would not add like dimensional things, but you could do something similar to like this type of a layout where you lay down just a sheet of whatever cardstock that you have, throw some book page on there, throw another pretty flower image, and kind of cattywonk it. Well, but that's my personal preference. If you want it straight, you can make it straight. I kind of like mine a little cattywonked, but, and there you go. And then there's your back, and it looks beautiful. So simple, and it's done. Your journal's done. And then you get to do all the fun stuff. You can glue your pages together. If you have 2 white pages, that's why I usually set mine up that way, so that I can either sew it or I'll do a line of glue here and here, and then it will make me a little side pocket. Or you can glue it down here and here, and then you have a top loading pocket. So, and then you can also go through and add, you know, little tuck spots and up tucks and all kinds of stuff. Or you could just take your page and fold it up, like the actual page that you're, you know, you don't have to get another piece unless you want to. And you can fold it up and make you like the random silly pockets like that. So, quick journal. If I would have glued all of this and took the time to glue it, it would have already, like, it would have been done, like, probably 5-10 minutes, and you have a really pretty journal ready to go, complete. And it looks like you spent more time on it than you actually did. So, oh, I was going to show y'all. My husband got a cooler thing from work. Like, he won like a raffle thing or whatever, and it was like an ice cooler, and it came with this tag on it. And this tag, it's perfect size for pretty much any journal that I make. It could even work for this little baby one here. Might stick out a little bit on that one, but it still could work. And it's like really thick, so I'm going to use this as a template. I'm going to keep this, and it even has a little hole thing so I can, you know, mark where I want to put my hole. Like, I thought that was a really good score. So I wanted to show y'all that. So look for things like that on packaging. I haven't seen one that was like a perfect tag like this, the size and the thickness before, but if you look for things like that, then you will, you'll be surprised some things you find. Another quick little way to make a journal, and it, you know, and it be a really cute one, again, with taking your scraps. So all of these are like end pieces and things I didn't use in other journals. So like this page here for this journal, I didn't use the whole page. I ripped part of it off. And so for this little scrap part of it, I just put it in here in this little one. So I saved all the little tiny pieces. Again, these are all uneven. They're not all the same size. Some are short, some are longer. These are just scraps that I've ripped off of other journals. Just my scrap pile. These are some pockets that I used in another journal also. That really big, tall, skinny, it looks like a bank thing that I was talking about, like that my granny had. These were some that I just didn't use, so I threw those in there. Another one, this is going to be like a little flip up. This was an envelope that I made to go in a journal, but I ended up not using it. That's what all these pieces are. And I did a little fussy cut, scrap. This is all just scraps that didn't make it into another journal. So I saved all of them because they were the perfect size for this one. And this is going to be, I guess you could actually call this just a scrap journal, because it's literally just end pieces and ripped off pieces and stuff like that. So you put all of those together, pick out your prettiest image. What I did was picked out the prettiest image out of all the little scrap pages, and that was this one. I put some of my Tyvek tape on this part, and then I put Tyvek tape on that part, and that just gives it some strength and some durability. So now whenever I sew it, I don't have to worry about the string or, you know, yarn, whatever I use, ripping through. Oh, come on. I don't have to worry about all of that ripping through, or, you know, the hole getting bigger and all of that, because that Tyvek tape, let me show y'all. This is what it looks like, and I get it at Home Depot. And you can't rip it or whatever, but so I use that just to add some strength to my spines. So again, just scrap pieces, end pieces, whatever, throw them all in there, no matter what size it is. Pick your prettiest image, put it on the front, and then use other pieces that you didn't want to put in another journal, and you can use that to put in here. Like even this little thing here, you could just stick this one on one of these pages. I could even put it just like that. It doesn't matter that it's sideways. That, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be upright. Do it just like that. Put a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, and then you have yourself a little tuck spot. Super simple. And again, that one can be made really quick, and it's really fun to make these, and you're using up like all of the pieces and end pieces. Like you get piles of all these papers, and you're like, I don't know what to do with them. And I have several piles and piles like that all over. I have a huge pile right here in front of me that is just all these little end pieces. Like all of the, like there's just random like little pieces I'm not going to use for anything. I don't have anything, you know, no use of it that I think, but all those papers, that's what you can do with these. And then this one was another one that is just a, this one, I found this image, I Googled vintage or antique cash book, and I printed it as a 5x7 on my printer instead of doing like the full page. So I did a 5x7 print, and I got this image here. Well, let me see. if you can see. It's that one there. So it's like a book, like a little mini book. And this one here. And again, I just put some Tyvek on those two just to keep it more secured. And I just did 2 holes and looped it through and tied it. And this is some of my wax thread. Tie it, and now right here I would just glue these two to this, glue those together, and this would be a soft spine because there's nothing in it, but that's why I cut these little this is some 110 pound cardstock. So if you wanted to have a thicker you know, more durable cover, then you could cut you some cardstock, slip it in there, glue that down, and then now you will have like an actual hard cover. Another just quick, simple little way that you can make a really fast journal. And this is like super, super beginner friendly. So I just want to do that really quick. I think I'm going to have to go now. But I just wanted to show y'all that it's so easy. If you haven't made your first journal, hopefully this can help you and, you know, kind of get you over like that initial, like that, you know, where you get a little nervous, you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. Just start playing with stuff, start playing with some fabrics and, you know, different materials, or, you know, whatever you have. It could be anything. If you don't have a lot, you can rip up an old t-shirt or pillowcase, anything like that. An old I have a couple of old shirts of my daughter's that I use all the time because I like the flower prints and stuff on it. So, anyway, so I'm going to just keep rambling. So, anyway, so yeah, just layer it up with whatever papers you got. Nothing fancy. Get you some fussy cut elements. You can print some out for free. Online, there's so many free printables and stuff like that that you can print out the images to do your layers like that. And it's a really fun way that you can start making you some journals. And then you can venture into adding in all the other stuff like sewing and, you know, making a more of a decorative spine, or, you know, all of those kind of things. That can all come later. Just get comfortable first with doing like just a basic one just like this that still looks really pretty. So, okay, well, that'll be it for this. Remember to check the description box below. I have some stuff and information and all that kind of thing for you down there. And also, I have a surprise coming up. My next video, I was sent something to look at and see what I think about it and all of that. And I want to share that with y'all. So, I'm not even sure what it is. It's almost going to be like a surprise for me too. I haven't opened it. I'm not going to open it until I open it with you guys. But I'll be doing that next. Hopefully I can do that this evening whenever we get back from the doctor. But, okay, so that's it for now. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.